What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Superfacts Show, Superfacts Network. Today we got with us, fresh off of her All-Star Music Award Album of the Year. Damn, I don't know the word. It's not nomination. Victory for the Naked Truth. Buffalo Zone from Professional Grinder Online. Nubian, how you doing today?
Nubian, what's good? How you doing?
Great. I love that drop. So,
thank you.
I'm gonna come at you a little unexpectedly because I know you're doing a lot of media right now, from the success of the energy drink to win the album of the year. So I notice when that happens, people always get like the same questions.
Word. I like answering different questions. So.
All right. So off top, what's the best advice you ever got from Rob D?
That's what's up. The best advice I got from my engineer. Oh man, I don't know which one's the best because he gives me so much insight with so many different things. Like, it's always a learning experience as soon as I link up with him. So I don't know the best advice he gave me. I just know like that's like my mentor, my teacher. So I study everything he does, from like the engineering to arranging everything. So I really can't say what the best is. I feel like all of it's the best from him. I never stop learning.
I heard that. So listening to your music, from Positive Vibes Only to, just everything, like the Professional Grinder brand, a lot of things are about energy. And
right.
I don't want to be too presumptive, but I got this feeling that you got a good ability to read people's energy.
Yes.
And I'm just
that
curious.
means you have that ability as well. If you can read that, I can do that. But I definitely can read people's energy. I feel it. Energy doesn't lie.
Yeah, no doubt. So going back to the Rob D question, what advice would you give somebody on how to spot a potential mentor from their energy? Because like I found that you can often like feel that personality coming off a person,
Right. You said, so what would be the advice that can you ask me that again? I'm sorry.
It's all good. What advice would you give someone on how to spot the energy of a potential mentor?
A potential mentor.
Like as opposed to finding a cult leader or something,
I would say checking their resume. You definitely gotta check their resume and see who else is talking about them and who else they've worked with and what they have accomplished in their career and their credentials or whatever. And if you guys work well together, the energy between you and that person.
I can dig it. Do you ever get tired as an artist of getting asked questions about what's it like to work insert so-and-so that you've done a feature with? Do you think that's an interesting question?
I don't get tired of that ever, because that's part of my journey. That's part of my resume. I don't ever get, aggravated. I love people asking me questions. That means they're interested in what I got going on. Word.
That's a great way to look at it. So that being said, out of all the, let's say, quote unquote, the name rappers you've worked with, which experience was the most memorable?
Oh, the most memorable?
Like, it could be Uncle Murda just off the personality, you know what I mean?
Well, shout out to Uncle Murda. The song I did with him, Show Out, was definitely great energy. Uncle Murda is a real dude.
Yeah.
I could say my experience with him was really real. A lot of people in the industry, they got different agendas or they have different type of cocky attitudes and stuff like that. And it's always dope when you see a person that's been to places you haven't been, and around people you haven't been around, that showed you genuine love and respect your gangster, respect your grind, so it definitely was. But the most memorable, I would have to say, is the Cassidy situation, because it was a bad experience, kind of. It was a bad and good experience. Yep, Professional Grinder. It was a bad and good experience. I really don't like going back there because I moved past it, because that was like 2013. But there wasn't business wasn't good. It wasn't really done good. You know what I'm saying, with that situation, with the Cassidy situation, and people that's in my local town or people that saw the stories that went kind of mini viral online or whatever would know what happened with me and Cassidy. But business wasn't done good on that end. So it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth with the song, you know, but it was an investment. So I definitely, I'm always going to promote the song. It was a dope song, you know what I mean? A dope collab, but he didn't really, you know, do business good on his end with that situation. And there was a lot of backlash with me locally from when I brought him to my town for a concert. Right. So it's supposed to be a concert, a video, and a concert, a music video, and a song or whatever. And the business wasn't done good, but you know, I'm past that. You know, that was in 2013. You know, it's still a dope song, and it's still the name of my movement. But that was the most memorable out of anybody I worked with.
Yeah, and you say brought him to your city. You're in Buffalo. Buffalo is a city, right? Yeah, upstate New York.
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
Buffalo, New York. Hell yeah.
Too much motherfucking.
Home of the Buffalo Bills. Home of Rick James.
Really, I didn't know that.
You know, Griselda. You know, yeah. just to name people that's.
I know Griselda and the Bills. I ain't know Rick James is from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Damn, that fucked my head up. Okay. Okay, Rick James. You know, I gotta drop one on you then. You know what, James? I fucked someone's head up on an episode with this the other day. You know what Jimi Hendrix's first professional job was?
He actually, I can answer that question. He was a fill-in for James Brown.
That's right. Look at you. Okay. Can't say nothing slick to a can of oil, huh?
Yep, he was a fill-in for him or whatever. Yeah, because James Brown, I love James Brown. You know, and when I saw that movie, it made me even want to go back and research and do my history more on him. You know.
Oh yeah, man, that first live at the Apollo album, you know, the one they show in the movie, man, I guarantee I listen to that at least once a week. That's like my getting out the shower album, you know, listen to in the shower and all that.
Getting out the shower.
Word. I mean, you know, sometimes you want to feel I don't know. Like you said, the positive vibes. You listen to some James Brown, getting dressed, you walk out the room feeling like you the man. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Making noises and stuff. You know, James Brown was that guy. Yo, rest in peace, James Brown, man. Man, the Godfather for real. Like the dancing, the effects. It's funny because my engineer, he's like an old school engineer, and it's different times. He told me I remind him of James Brown. I don't know why. I need to ask him that. I don't know why I remind him. I don't know if it's because sometimes when I'm in my zone, I make certain like little effects. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm rapping, I don't know if that's the reason. But
it might be the hooks. It might be the hooks for real. Like I was gonna segue into the whole Buffalo thing, but I could see somewhat of a comparison because like one thing, if you listen to a lot of James Brown music, especially as he evolved, like no matter what the music that was in fashion, he could make a song for that. Good melody, good hook. You know, good concept, but he could still make something that sounded totally different. Good melody, good hook, good concept. And if anything, like I'm not trying to say your verses are slack in the slightest, but man, the melody you put in the construction of the song and them hooks, like that's like that. It's like next level. So that might be the.
Thank you.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you. And that's why that was gonna be the segue. I imagine it in Buffalo when Max B was home. He must have been. I know he was doing that little run. And I was wondering, did you ever see Max B perform?
Not in person, but I know Max B and French Montana used to be in Buffalo all the time before French Montana really popped.
Right.
You know, so, but I used to rock with Max B though.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he coming home soon.
Yeah, he put an album out not too long ago. It was good as shit, to be real with you. I mean, it don't sound nothing. I mean, I guess with Pro Tools and if a motherfucker sneak a cell phone in the jail, you can record anything you want.
Technology is crazy these days. I definitely gotta check out that new Max B.
Yeah. No, they definitely getting that paper. He should be coming home soon. So up there in Buffalo, I know you must have been on a mixtape wave, like you was buying mixtapes and all that shit.
Yes, definitely back in the early 2000s. Like, yeah, definitely.
So what artists did you get the most mixtapes from? Like not even your favorite. Like I be looking at it like the actions speak louder than words. So like, what'd you listen to the most? Yeah, what'd you get the most?
A lot of Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
a lot of Lil Wayne. Papoose, J.R. Ryder, The Locks. Those were different ones. I mean, it was a lot of different people, but Joel Santana used to be heavy.
Oh hell yeah!
And my speakers. I'm so versatile, but like when I be on my like in my zone on the grind, you know, that's what I put as far as mixtape ways you're talking about. Yeah. You know, down south music and all that.
I can dig it. You fuck with UGK?
Definitely.
That's what's up. That's super what's up. So in Buffalo, you know, I'm from the DC area, and like popular coats was like AVs for a minute. Before that, like Eddie's for a long time, Eddie Bowers for a long time. The North Faces.
Shout out to DC. One of my producers from DC, Max Dollas.
Yeah, I know
and,
Max Dollas. I was gonna ask you about him.
Oh, okay. And my homeboy Fred. I shot.
Yeah. I ain't hip. How you meet Max Dollas? Or how'd you hear about his music or whatever?
Me and Max Dollas never met face to face yet. That's actually something we were about to do because me and him are really locked in. I actually started seeing Max Dollas online like a year ago. And then we just started following each other and stuff like that. I saw different people that I know working with him. I started following, he following me. Also, there's different people that he know from Buffalo that lives in DC. One of Infamous Mel's, shout out to Infamous Mel's. He actually told Max Dollas about me a lot of years ago. So Max Dollas ended up putting that together, like, oh shoot, you the person that used to tell me about back in the day, man. You've been doing this for a minute. So we end up linking up, and he sent me a lot of beats, and I was just like, I got in my zone with him and stuff, and we locked in now.
Man, that's what's up, man. You know, I did an episode with J Hood recently, and when I was doing my research, I saw he'd been working with Max Dollas, and like I used to have this blog called Drank and Dank, and you know, I'm a huge Dipset fan, and you know, he was like working with A.S.M.A all the time and stuff like that. So you know, I was familiar with him. I ain't never met him in person either, even though I live near him, but you know, I've talked to him many times. But it's good. It's good to see that he's you know, he's advancing. So we got a little sidetracked though. So what's the popping coat? What been the popping coats in Buffalo?
You said the popping what?
Coats. Like coats? Yeah, like coats you wear in the winter.
Oh, okay. People wear. I don't really wear what everybody else wear, but people be wearing like North Faces and like Sherlins, you know, stuff like that.
Cause y'all look cold as shit in some of them videos. I ain't gonna front.
Cause we were.
I'm sure.
We were definitely, especially the Savage video. It was cold as fuck. And we out there dancing and stuff like that, you know, but yeah, we from the land of the snow. So it's definitely, man, I know snow gonna hit us any day now.
Yeah.
Like for real.
I live down in Tampa now or outside of Tampa, and I ain't gonna front. I don't miss snow. Like growing up in DC, I know about nothing like y'all, but like we used to get like 2 feet of snow and all that shit all the time. And
2 feet ain't nothing.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
What's 2 feet?
but like I ain't gonna front. I wasn't mad at global warming. Shit, to be real with you. So, man, it's so much stuff to talk to you about. Like you got all these divergent, like you got the energy drink, the clothing line. I'm curious, what's your most profitable revenue stream?
I'll have to say, I mean, all of it. Honestly, I tie it all in one. You know, because also besides online, I'm in the streets. Like this is how I've built a name for myself, by going city to city, just talking to everybody I see. Barber shops, hair shop, nail shops, malls, you know, colleges, corner stores in the hood. Like I've built my name, and still is building my name by just going up to people, presenting myself, letting them know who I am, quick rundown of my resume, give them my flyers, put my YouTube in their phone, like, you know, just go hard with it. So
how do you deal with rejection?
Honestly, I'm so trained with it now that it rolls off me like water. I'm like, okay, have a blessed day. You're going to see me on your TV screen real soon. That's all I say, and I smile. That's
what's up. You know, I see you. I was going to ask you about, like, do you fuck with snapbacks or fitteds more? But
I do.
I got to ask, what's up with that hat? That shit is vicious.
Thank you. I've been on my fedora wave. I've always been a hat person since I was younger. Like my mom had baby pictures of me wearing. I'm like 1 year old with a hat to the side. It's like, you know, you could tell like a child's personality from a kid. So it's like I grew up to be a real hat person. But I've been getting deeper into the fedoras and stuff like that since I've been on my R&B wave. You know, had to switch that to You know what I mean?
I can super dig it, man. I remember like before they became crackheads. I remember them cats from the 70s that be all fly, calling their hats brims, calling them brims and shit.
Mm-hmm. The saw that.
They ain't never heard. I grew up in this place called Forest Heights, right outside of DC, and I remember there was this one crackhead. He was like, "Fuck Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and wear a mean ass brim."
For real though, and you're a bag of more like that. That's that different swag right there.
it is though. Like you know, I remember when I was growing up. I'm 43, so I'm probably a good deal older than you. But like, you know, we weren't
not
like
that much. I'm 36.
Okay, well, you doing better because I put you at like late 20s. When I saw you had songs from 10 years ago, I thought that was probably like when you was like 18. I was like, oh, she probably turned 18 and went right to the studio.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Shit, living well, right? It's its own reward.
Right, that's a fact.
So, you know, talking about the rejection and everything, a lot of that rejection is you trying to get that energy drink in stores, but you ain't just been rejected. What stores have you gotten it in? I've seen like you got like mad coverage about it, CBS, NBC, like real stuff, not no, you know, shit that's on the Roku channel or something.
Right. Yeah, so what was the question about it? You was talking about me basically accepting rejection?
Nah, you already just rolls off you. You got used to it. I'm curious, what stores have you gotten the drink into? Because you ain't just been rejected. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the energy drink has been out since February 2020, and it took a while, a couple months, because I just started hitting the streets, just touching the people, grabbing them and stuff like that, and like, hey, try my energy drink. Then I started getting into local stores in Buffalo, and then the Niagara Falls, and it's in a store in Columbus, Ohio. So I basically would just go into the stores, talking to the people, the owners, and showing them the drink, showing them the reactions of the people, because I take people tasting it and giving me their honest opinion about it. And everybody's saying it's better than Red Bull. That's the first thing people saying. Oh, this tastes better than Red Bull. They don't got a nasty aftertaste and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna come to a store near you. It's gonna be everywhere real soon.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's right here, right now. I know you had sugar free. I should have told you. I ain't had no sugar in like 10 years.
Oh shit, damn. I probably should have asked, but I was just trying to get it to you.
Oh no, it's all good because I mean, if nothing else, like you know, obviously I love props. You know, we'll find a permanent home for this somewhere back here.
Word, but I gotta get your honest opinion on it too. I gotta know how you feel about it.
Oh, I'll do that. I mean, shit. If I try a sugar-free one, I'll give you a hell of an honest opinion.
I'm gonna have to send you that. I got you.
I'm an energy drink kind of guy. I only know my body got the ability to make natural energy no more. To be real with you.
Oh, okay. You gotta get that PG in your system. That professional grinder.
Yeah. I could tell from the Off the Porch interview, like they weren't faking. Like you can kind of tell when somebody's like, oh, for people who ain't see it, she had a group of your associates, friends, business partners, whatever, but behind you drinking the drink, and they weren't just like taking a sip. Like you can see they kept hitting it during the interview. You know what I mean? One homeboy got another joint out the motherfucking pack and shit.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't doing that shit if it's nasty. Because I remember when energy drinks first came out, like even before Red Bull, like when you had to go like GNC and get them shits. Man, them shits used to be terrible.
You brought it back to the GNC.
Yeah. Do they still even have them shits? I don't even go to malls no more. They still got GNC.
I know we still have one here, in our mall downtown.
How did the you know, I know from experience, not Buffalo, but just like New York, Connecticut, all that. There's a lot of you know, local businesses and stuff. Did you see that shit get wiped out by the pandemic? Because like down here, like almost every motherfucking non-chain store closed.
I see a lot of stores come and go.
Yeah,
it's definitely affected everybody everywhere. But you know, people got to move with the times and use it as a stepping stone to strike back harder, to get on their shit harder, because the internet is the wave.
Word. No doubt. No doubt.
If you learn how to market yourself online and stuff like that, you could grab people that never met you or never heard of you online. You know?
You sure can. You know, speaking of the Off the Porch interview, you know, that's my people. Shout out Hayes and all them.
Shout them out, man. It was love with them. It was real genuine love with them, for real. I love the fact that he actually went and did his research on me, because I've done a lot of different interviews, and you can always tell when they're just in it for the money, and you can tell when they actually do their homework on you and ask you really good questions. So I love that. It was much love with them, and they turned around and bought some energy drinks off me as soon as the interview was over. So that was love.
That's what's up. Shit, shout out Dirty Glove Bastard. You know,
shout out.
This will be up there. All the super fact shows go up there. You know,
I appreciate that.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. You know, when we was talking, and I'm gonna kill myself. I ain't write the name of the song down. What was the song? The love song that just came out that had the camcorder.
Special Love.
Special Love. See, I kept wanting to say Savage Love. But I know it wasn't Savage Love because
but Savage is the other song.
Yeah, no, it's on my mind because I watched Savages like 5 times in the last 2 hours. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I appreciate that, for real.
No doubt. But you know, when we was talking about it, I was talking about how you know, back in the day, there was like Queen Latifah, Moni Love got a new song. Everybody make sure you go check that out. MC Light. And then, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with no Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj, Sweetie, any of that. But it seemed like that became all that
right.
You know, could get a record deal for the most part. And right. You know, just there's really no point to that. Just Special Love reminded me of like a song I mean, not that it sounded dated, but it sounded like the type of song. Like, well, just like what they'd be talking about, you know, like there's not, I mean, I guess there's positiveness as far as body image is concerned, and sexual freedom and liberation and all that. But, you know, there's more to a woman than just that.
Facts.
And I don't understand. And see, even like LL Cool J, like, I don't understand why they ain't trying to crank out no more LL Cool J's, because my ultimate point is like all those artists I named were commercially viable. So if you know you can make money out of this shit and you got these capitalist corporations not trying to make money out of it, there must be an agenda there.
Right. That's a fact.
And I think that's a shame, because, you know, it'd be like, you want to talk about racial divides and shit, systemic racism. It'd be like motherfuckers in like North Dakota or some shit who ain't never seen a black person, right? And the only black female they ever seen is in a rap video, you know, on the news, and not for no fucking accomplishments or some shit.
Right.
Or they get thrown somebody that they gonna automatically resent, you know, like like Kamala Harris. You know, not that there's anything. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna get into Kamala Harris, but you know, people in North Dakota probably inherently don't like Kamala Harris, I would imagine.
Yeah, I get where you're going with it. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
And like, it's some of that. I mean, you know, ignorance is never an excuse, but I think some of that shit, it might be a conspiracy to hold black people down, but sometimes I feel like it's a conspiracy to make poor people think that they're each other's enemies. So a bunch of greedy motherfuckers, regardless of their race, can just keep their hands on the strings and move everybody like puppets and shit.
Right. That's a fact. It's a lot of mind control in the media, for sure.
Yeah, and I just think examples like the, you know, positive. I mean, I don't even like the term female MC, because, you know, I feel if you rap,
That's a fact.
But, you know, that being said, there still is female rappers, and it seems like they have a much narrower lane to get, you know, made. Well, I guess if you can get deplatformed, you get platformed, right? So it seems like they have like one lane that they can successfully get platformed in, or you got to be a hella aberration like Missy or something.
Right. Missy's one of my influences too.
Yeah, man, Missy's hella dope. Like, I swear she don't get the credit she deserves.
Man, she just actually got the a star on in Hollywood. Just gave her a star.
Shit, I think that's long overdue, in my opinion.
It is. It's way past overdue.
Shit, Dog the Bounty Hunter got one before her and came out after her. So fuck them motherfuckers.
Right.
Missy definitely deserved a star before Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Period.
That motherfucker never even locked up nobody thorough. He was only locking up crackheads and shit. Yo, you see, there was this one episode. I know they only aired that shit once because I tried to find it forever, but you can get it on Amazon. I'll send you the link. This motherfucker ran up on a dude, had a warrant, and he was on like a college football team, right? Like a community college jump. And it was like all these thugged out big ass like Hawaiian and Samoan motherfuckers with like the tribal tattoos. Man, they all came up on them. Him and his little son, I forgot his name, but the one that be doing like MMA and shit. Man, those motherfuckers were shook daddy. All that motherfucking tough talk went right out the motherfucking window.
Right.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, so
that should be. A lot of that should be for entertainment too.
Well, I can tell you, the motherfuckers at the community college weren't entertained, and they told that motherfucker, you ain't leaving here with nobody, and they damn sure ain't leave there with nobody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
so
coach
it wasn't
was cool.
no other crackheads they was running up on.
Yeah. The only time I ever saw them go against somebody legitimate, that shit was no fucking. I mean, in their defense though, they would have got mollywopped. It was a whole football team. It was like 3 of them. But still, though, you know, you're supposed to be all Mr. Go Hard and shit. I done killed somebody, went to prison, been in the motorcycle gang and all that shit. But anyway, point being, how the fuck he got started before Missy?
Right.
You know what I mean?
The shit, you know, it's a lot of stupid politics behind shit, but I'm glad she got it. I aspire to work with Missy. I actually been writing her, and I was having all my supporters on Instagram tag her and T-Pain because I would like them to feature on a Savage remix.
Well, anybody hears this, tag him. Shit, I'll tag him while I post this.
I appreciate it.
No doubt.
You know, shout out to Max Dollas for that Savage, man. He made that Savage beat. He actually made track 1 through 4 on my album, The Naked Truth.
The R&B album, the one album of the year. That must have, I know this is a generic ass question, but that must have felt fucking spectacular.
It did.
Were you expecting? Like who were you up against?
Honestly, it was like, I think it was 9 of us in the category, and I really don't recall all the other artists, not even to be funny, because I wasn't looking at the names, you know, of my nominations. Maybe I should have, but
I can dig it. I saw the Eternals. I can't name all 10 of them. It makes sense.
But yeah, it was unexpected for me to be nominated. It was unexpected for me to win, you know. I mean, it was part of one of my affirmations. I did call it out every day saying I won the awards, you know. So, but I didn't really feel like I was gonna win. You know, I was just, you know, being humble about it or whatever, and just, you know, but I was definitely surprised. You know, my fans had to vote for that. So I really appreciate that. That means my fans were really voting if I won over, you know, 8 other people.
Word, no doubt. And then you got it for your first R&B album. That must be you talk about an affirmation. Like that tells you right there, better be another R&B album, huh?
Oh yeah, it's The Naked Truth is gonna drop next year. I'm actually still dragging out the album because I have 3 videos I didn't shoot yet from that. So the Special Love joint is my current single. But I'm about to drop a Christmas album too, so I'm just gonna drag this out a little bit longer.
Okay, shit. Man, we need Christmas albums, hip hop Christmas albums. I'm tired of always listening to Death Row Christmas, the Run DMC shit, and the 2 Dipset albums.
You know what I mean? It's like we need more of that. We definitely need more of that, and it's actually gonna be hip hop and R&B because I got a couple of hip hop songs, and then I'm putting a couple of R&B Christmas songs on there. I actually already have 2 of the songs on my YouTube already. One is called No Santa Claus, and the other one is called Naughty or Nice, featuring my homegirl V-Dot, produced by my producer Anthem on the track.
I was gonna ask you about V-Dot. I saw you have V-Dot on a feature, and there's this like, I don't want to say legendary, but not underground either. But there's this producer named V-Dot, and I was wondering if that was the same person. But you know, it's no question for me.
This my homegirl V-Dot, Vanity Page. She's from Buffalo.
Man, tell
one of my close friends.
Tell her update that Spotify. When you click that thing, it just go to like a generic avatar with 0 followers. She already got a page off your album, so
yeah, her Instagram page is V.716. She hasn't really been on it because I help her with the online management stuff, but she actually in the studio, you know, working on her album right now, and she getting it together.
She sounds promising.
Yeah.
Because that's why I was gonna ask. I was like, that don't sound like no V-Dot beat. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know, but
that was Anthem on the track. Anthem on the track is one of my main producers. He made the beat for the song I did with Cassidy, Uncle Murda, did he make one of the J Hood beats? No, Hugh Kelly, my man Hugh Kelly from the Falls, Niagara Falls. He made the Positive Vibes Only song I did with J Hood. But Anthem produced for most of my stuff. That's one of my main producers.
You know, I definitely like the Anthem songs. I know, I mean, because you know you can hear his tag throughout. Another dope person I saw you had a couple songs with was Ty Pesos. You still?
Oh yeah, that's my cousin. Shout out to Ty P.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my Ace Boone. He working on some stuff right now. We got some other stuff we working on too.
He showed out. I'm definitely gonna check out more of his music.
Word. That's what's up.
He's on all DSPs and all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's just like V-Dot, you know. A lot of my people, they do music, but they don't do it the way I do it. Like I go harder with it. And it's like, people got other life situations going on. Right. So it's like they do music, but they want to do it as like how hard I'm doing it. Like it's my everyday job. They would like to do that, but they got other stuff going on, but they still recording. Everything will come full circle with all that, but they definitely still working in the studio. Got some stuff lined up with me.
Now I can dig it. Life comes at you fast, man. I seen so many people that was better than the people that made it that just had to stop for whatever reason. A kid, a bill.
Right.
The engine went out on the car, all that type shit. Obviously, you had access to a free studio. Now you can't afford to pay nobody or you could afford
it. The struggle real with this shit.
I mean, but a lot of times though, them excuses be bullshit because like you can't afford this, but you got, mad drip, always smoking.
No, that's a fact.
That loud pack.
That's a fact.
Fuck that loud pack if your song ain't mixed and you don't got no good cover.
No, on some real shit, like that's what I'm saying about like how a lot of my people's they doing shit, but like I said, I've sacrificed everything for this. This is not a hobby. This is not no bullshit. This is my real life. This is my real life. I'm talking about blood, sweat, tears, years. Everything I make go right back into it.
Oh,
that's I sacrifice for this shit. Like, and wouldn't nobody be able to understand unless they already made it or they on the same shit I'm on.
That's the only way to do it. I totally feel you. I mean, I remember when I was doing the blog and shit, I was just home from prison and all that. And I ain't have a lot of dough. I mean, shit, I still don't got a lot of dough. I ain't go front, but I mean, I had like effectively like negative dough. And I ain't eat lunch. I ain't eat lunch for like a month so I could afford a better camera because I was having people ask
sacrifice. The sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's the sacrifice.
Because people was telling me that the interviews weren't coming out good and asked me to pull them down. Like, well, I mean, I'll embarrass myself. Shice Bubs was one. I went Parliament and interviewed all these Dipset cats and like half of them didn't like the quality of the video.
Right.
So I mean, I could have bought weed.
You upgraded.
I had a camera. Yeah. But I mean, like, trust me, I wanted some motherfucking weed. I mean, I remember that show. I wanted some lunch. You know what I mean?
But guess what? That's what I'm talking about. That's the professional grinder spirit. You feel me? Like, you got to sacrifice for this shit. It's going to take, you know what? I can't let my habits overcome me.
Word.
I want this shit, so I'm not about to do this. Guess what? I'm on a noodle diet.
Yep. And you're gonna be tired. You know what I mean?
Period.
And you have to learn how not to be cranky. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Right. And just knowing that the struggle's not in vain.
Word. I mean,
sorry if I'm smacking. I'm up here drinking this off the Professional Grinder cup. You know what I'm saying? Go to professionalgrinder.online for all that merch and everything. I'm drinking this eggnog and E&J.
Yeah, that's what's up. I used to mix man, what was the little brandy I used to drink? It wasn't E&J, it was the other shit. I don't know. I used to be an alcoholic. I ain't drinking like 10 years, but I used to fuck with some eggnog. That'd be the only way I drink eggnog. I damn sure wouldn't drink eggnog by itself.
That's how you gotta drink it. I'm not a big drinker. But it's the holiday spirit. I'm in the middle of writing a Christmas album. I like to set my mood and my tone. So I'm like, let me get some eggnog and Henny, listen to some Christmas music and get in the zone,
I mean, I wish I could drink responsibly. I ain't one of them people that used to be an alcoholic to be trying to think other people shouldn't drink and shit. The problem with me is if I start drinking now, I'll be coming off like a cocaine binge in 5 days. And so, I got kids and shit now, so I can't be doing that dumb shit.
Right.
Shit,
you that's a responsible thing,
Yeah.
To know, like, where you came from and how you're not going back,
Hey, what you think about this though? I get, I ain't gonna say I get tons of feedback, but about every episode seems to generate about like 50 emails and about like 200 or 300 comments across platform. And people keep getting on me about, I say that I'm sober. I say that I stopped drinking, but I still smoke weed. And, a lot of people call that California sober, but then a lot of people get offended and saying that like I'm doing wrong by alcoholics. And like, what you think about it? Because for one thing, I didn't realize I've been an elected group spokesperson. What I'm saying?
I think that shit is stupid. I think people just need to mind their business. But when you're in a spotlight or you have a platform to where you have followers and we have social media, people are going to jump on your shit and say all types of shit. Who gives a fuck about their opinion about what you do with your life?
I don't give a fuck about their opinion. I was just curious as to what you thought about the logic of it.
No, I think that logic is stupid. If you want to smoke weed, you can smoke weed. Who gives a fuck? If that's what makes you feel good, I'm a pothead, so I smoke weed.
I bet they
I
got
drink
good.
on occasion.
I don't know why. I bet they got good weed in Buffalo though. I just got a feeling like them cold ass places always be having good drugs.
Yeah, it's some good weed here. You know, it's some good and bad weed. It depends on who you get it from.
Oh yeah. So yeah, some of those motherfuckers at them Buffalo Bills games would be jumping through tables, look like they be smoking some Reggie like a motherfucker.
Yo, I'll be like, yo, people still smoke Reggie though? Like, that's crazy.
Hey, whatever gets you through the night before, like, not the only reason I have no desire to live near Tampa. I hate it out this motherfucker. Like, it ain't no type of hip hop life. Orlando's dope as shit though. The only reason I live out here is my wife's in-laws. But before that, we were living in Houston. I had a studio out there and all that shit. And man, sometimes, you know, times would get low and out there, like we was living in A-Leaf, like where Maxo Cream's from. And you could just go outside. You even go to, there was a crackhead that sold Reggie, and you get this bam at like $10 and he fill your hands like this.
Listen, I know the vibes. I done have my moments. Listen, I used to smoke Reggie. Yeah. These days I'm not smoking. These days I'm not smoking Reggie, but I've smoked Reggie. It's been, and yeah, you damn right. Sometimes where you like, fuck, I can't really spend that much. I know if I gotta spend more quantity right now over quality, and if you get a buzz from it and shit, you know. So I definitely understand the vibes.
I mean, especially if you can't sleep and shit. I mean, like they like weed's not addictive, but it must be somewhat addictive because I know if I don't got no weed, I can't fucking sleep for a few days. I mean, not sleep at all, but like, you know, I'll be going to bed like 4 hours.
I know what you mean.
Waking up earlier. So I just go get that $10 Reggie and roll an ET finger blunt, and we be good.
And I got something to last me for a couple more days.
Yeah. Yeah, until the pack come through. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like out here there's been time because, you know, I'm getting older and shit, and I can't just be walking up. I can't just be walking up on people asking them, you know, where the cop shit at now. Already I'm white, so they be thinking you a cop. I mean, I'm like, man, I got 3 teardrops on my face and a motherfucking joint tattooed on my thumb. But yeah, I'm a cop. But so like, I'll be meeting motherfuckers like that. But I wish I knew somewhere to get Reggie from, because I ain't gonna lie, it'd be sometimes. I mean,
if it's some good Reggie though, it gotta be like that real lime green. I'm talking about damn near loud Reggie.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, it was some of that. Where is that though? I don't know.
Back in the day, we didn't even have no names for no weed. Like it was like you got a dub better have 4 blunts in it.
Okay.
Like that's how that shit was.
4 blunts.
Right.
Definitely.
And then you go to the spot that got better weed. You hear, like, you know, on Forrester, on Galveston, on 3rd Street, they got that lime green shit, or they got that chocolate shit. I remember I remember on Tupac on Machiavelli, man, half them weeds I never even fucking heard of. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like you buy,
back in the day.
Because we wouldn't have like weed dealers, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody you hit up, like we'd have, like, you know, it's a spot where motherfucker, like how you buy crack, you know what I'm saying? You drive through that shit, hop out the car, you know, all that type of shit. It wouldn't be no like talking about the shit. Like one thing, man, motherfuckers you buy weed from these days, they want to explain the shit out that shit. Like I don't need the history of the strand, homeboy. Like I'm just trying to buy that shit. Like, I don't need no growing techniques and shit. Like,
no, for real though, they really do. You know what I'm saying? It's that lime green. Oh no, they got all types of names. They be killing me when they come with the names though. Skywalker, OG, something. Like, stop playing. Or this the lows, this the mid.
Man, when I first moved out this joint, all I could meet was like this 50-year-old meth head dude, right? And this motherfucker would, I mean, he was paper too. I mean, back in the day, I would try to rob him, but man, I don't know how the fuck he had so much money. But this motherfucker would have like 7 different edibles, like 30 different strands, right? And he would come, and he would have to come in, you know what I'm saying? And he'd lay the shit out. It was all like a process and shit. I don't know nowhere else to get weed just before I got the legal card.
Right.
And this motherfucker would be like, I like to think of myself more as a healer than a drug dealer. What problems have you been experiencing? Why do you feel you
not the healer?
I'll be like, man, motherfucker, you ain't diagnosing me up in this motherfucker. Like, I can smell the meth coming out of you.
Right. No, but them be the ones that find that money though. They be finding that money because they want to get high.
Yeah.
So, you know, they be hustlers like a motherfucker. For real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, yeah.
A healer, huh, man? Healer, meth man.
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat.
Right.
So, you know, like damn, like I said, it's so much to talk about with you. Like 10 years, good music, energy drink, clothes. The clothing line, are you designing them, Jones? Like how does that work? Because I need to start having merch. Give me some advice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually have different graphic artists that they bring my vision to light. So I get with the graphic artists. I have a design in my head or a saying in my head. I write it down and I get with them and I tell them what I think, and they just bring it to life. And then I'll just I do screen printing. Personally, I do screen printing, and I have I do some of my graphics of my designs. I get direct to garment printing, and I get the embroidery with my hats and stuff like that. So
you do the screen printing yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Them things expensive though, right?
Not to start. There's always starter packs and packages on eBay.
Don't you gotta worry about burning them shits out though?
No, it's just trial and error. You gotta go through it. You gotta learn how to do the shit.
And I heard people that was they got them starter ones, tried to make too many shirts too fast and they burned out the machine.
No, I do screen printing, so it's different. You know how you have a screen in a window?
Right.
How a screen looks? That's basically how a screen is. It's a screen. You put some different type of a coating on it, which is called emulsion, and you dry it, and you get a film. Film, when you get an X-ray done at the hospital, how they got the film and they got to expose it in the room and shit like that. It's basically that process. I got to expose the film in the screen, rinse it. It got to be on a certain time, dry the shit, tape it up. It's like an intricate process, but.
So that's not like the thing that's going through the rollers that people be having.
It actually does go through a roller. Okay. But I was just explaining to you the initial process before it gets to that process when they use a roller.
So how long does it take you to make 100 shirts? I'm sorry, how long does it take you to make 100 shirts?
After the process is done, because the initial process of preparing the screen takes a while. But once that part is done, 100 shirts, because it's just me. My mom actually helps me. My mom folds my clothes and she packages them for me. But 100 shirts, that would take me some hours. Because I probably get 10 to 15 shirts on an hour.
But I mean, the profit on that must make it worth doing.
I mean, when I first started doing it, I was I still sometimes charge 15 a t-shirt when I'm in the streets.
Right.
15 a t-shirt, 25 for the hoodie in the streets. But for real on my website, I charge 20 to 30 for a t-shirt and 30 and up for a hoodie online. So when you figure time, packaging, everything, you definitely got to make sure you get your bread. But when you first doing this and you're just trying to get people to support you, you come down a little bit on the price.
I see you ain't skimp on the material either.
Oh, no, it's good material. I got some more merch I'm going to send you too. I'm going to send you some hats and all that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, shit. I definitely love fucking hats. Hey, you ever ran into a gold digger?
Oh, yes. Did you hear my song Entitled? You gotta listen to the Entitled song, track 6 on the Naked Truth album. I definitely ran into a bunch of gold diggers.
So when do you start getting the suspicion? Like is there a classic gold digger tell?
I peep the energy, the sob stories, just how people, because females are cunning, conniving creatures. I'm a woman too, but females really be on some shit. So I'll peep that energy, and then I'm a nice person. I'm a sweetheart. So, and I'm a giver, just with people in general. So there's been a lot of people that take my kindness for a weakness. But when I feel like somebody trying to play me or trying to use me, that's when I'll snap. Don't play with me. Don't try to use me. People always use it.
Oh, not good.
People always want to use good people. So what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, man, you ain't never lie about that sob story. Like people, that's gold diggers. I know there's always an issue. Like an emergency.
Damn, you always fucked up. We all have our fucked up moments, but you always fucked up. You always need something. Nah.
And it's always like something that's not their fault. Like I ain't gonna front like I ain't never had to ask nobody for money, but like I didn't like blame the world.
That's different.
I'd be like,
We all
I
have
fucked
need
some
help.
shit up, you know what I mean? But like,
Right.
I wouldn't ask nobody for money like once a week for a month, and like and something doesn't happen and it's someone else's fault. Like at some point, like, come on, man, stop insulting my motherfucking intelligence.
Stop playing in my face. Like
I'd almost respect it if you was like, man, I think you're a sweet lick. Can I get another 50? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah. Yeah, I've been using, but you know what? I feel like people that gotta go and use people, they always lose in the end, because at the end of the day, karma is real. Good karma and bad karma. And what was I gonna say? I completely forgot what I was about to say. But at the end of the day, they're not used to that good treatment. They're not used to genuine love, you know?
Yeah.
So people that move like that, they're not used to genuine love. They don't know how to accept it. So they'll use their opportunities. They'll use it as, you know, opportunity to fuck you over.
Or in their case, they might, like you said, the genuine love, like the only genuine love they might be able to, you know, accept is like, I'm in trouble, I need help. You know, like to them, that might be like kind of like Munchausen's. Like the only time they feel well is when they're in crisis.
Right. Self-sabotage. I don't got time for it. I don't got time for it at all. Like, energy has to be reciprocated with me. If I'm gonna hold you down, be there for you, family, friends, lover, whoever, I gotta know you're gonna be there for me when I'm in need. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it. What do you think happens after you die?
You know, as I'm getting older, I think differently now. You know, I grew up in a Christian home, you know, was in church choirs, got to be the Sunday school, all the other stuff in church. And, you know, we're brought up a certain way and we're told that you go right to heaven or hell. But I don't know, I'm starting to question a lot of things that, you know, that was taught as a kid, you know, spiritual wise. So I don't know. I'd be really thinking about, that's something I think about from time to time. Do our spirit just still be here? Do our spirit go to the galaxy? Does our spirit goes right to heaven or hell? Or does our spirit just wait until judgment day? It's so many questions that I ask myself about it, you know? So,
well, tell me what you think about this. Like, you know, like if I'm moving my finger, right? It's like my brain sending an electric wave to my finger that makes it move, or that's what scientists say and all that shit, right? And then you know how like so like let's say that thought is also somewhat akin to a radio wave, you know, like how you listen to the radio. So you know how like twins can sometimes read each other's minds, quote unquote, or people that's around each other know what the other one's thinking. I think I think they get tuned into the radio waves, and then you know how like oftentimes when you hear about a ghost, like let's say that you believe in ghosts, and the ghosts that are more believable stories. There's almost always like the hotel ghosts that mad people have seen. There's always like a tragedy involved, and I almost think that like that happening causes like a stronger release of quote unquote like electrical radio waves, and people that's in tune can pick that shit up. So like you were saying,
I definitely believe in that.
So earlier, like you were saying, like the energy never dies. So I feel like I don't know where it goes, but there is an energy. I mean, they've weighed something that's like a soul. Like you can look that shit up. Something like they had this dude on this subatomic scale, and they've repeated this numerous times. Somewhere around like 47 minutes after you die, there's like a micro weight that leaves your body that they can't find out what it is, but you get measurably lighter, and it happens around like 50 minutes after death. And so, like I said, I can't profess to know where it goes, but you know, I think the energy leaves our body and the physical stays here, and the energy gotta go somewhere.
Definitely, because we're spiritual beings, you know, on a human experience, you know. So I definitely understand that. And as far as what you said about people dying, I definitely believe in people that when people die from tragic deaths, that their spirit is unrested. That's why people see, you know, houses hunted and stuff like that. I definitely believe in that.
Hell messes me up about Christianity. You know what I mean? Like gay people, like that right there. You done fucked me up. Like I was always around gay people. You know, I've been to prison. I grew up in. I mean, it was mad lesbians where I lived at. Like where I lived at in Southeast was like the only like safe gay black area at night for like clubs and shit. And I mean, just everybody, like it wasn't no unusual shit, you know? And I never had no problem with gay people, even when I was younger, even around like, because, you know, I grew up in like a black Christian area, which can often be, you know, somewhat homophobic. But they ain't never bothered me. And then so since they never bothered me, I had gay friends. And then I was like, man, he ain't automatically going to hell. She ain't automatically going to hell. And,
Right.
and if that's the truth, then I feel kind of fucked up for doing some shit, being part of some shit that's gonna send my friend to hell. You know what I mean? It's almost like some good German shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be no Nazi. But I think that shit was just added by people who didn't like gay people. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. And, you know, me and my sister be talking about that all the time. We've been questioning a lot of stuff now that we're in our 30s and we're older now. And
I mean, it's not even no conspiracy theory. They decided what books to put in the Bible. Like, I forgot. It's like
they took out books.
It's some council. Yeah. And like most of Jesus' life is missing. You know, like they took out the whole part where he was chilling in the whorehouse.
They took a lot out. You know, and that's because of control. Want to control our religion and our minds and everything. But I feel like if you're a good person, you got a good heart, you move with pure intentions, I feel like you're gonna be good after you leave.
See, that's how I feel. That's why I was gonna ask you. I kind of feel the same way. And even though, like, you know, I don't really, you know, get with the founding fathers too often on things. You know, most of the people that signed or I think it's one of them, either Declaration or Constitution, was deists. Do you know what a deist is? You know what a deist is? It's somebody who believes in God but not religion. And like, I know God exists.
Okay.
And I know that there's good people who believe in religion, but I ain't found everything I'm looking for in no religious text and no building yet.
Right.
And
I feel like it's always the Christians that are the most judgmental. When you look at other different religions, it's basically the same beliefs, just in a different religion. It's just love overall, being good, you know, certain laws, just laws of the universe, period, you know, and that's universal. And I feel like it's Christians that basically is more judgmental, tell you you can't do this or that, but are the biggest hypocrites.
Yeah.
Real though.
It used to always kill me when people be talking about people's outfits, because I had to go to church a lot too when I was young. And it used to kill me when people was talking about people's outfit. I'm like, that don't match the sermon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like you're wearing something inappropriate in church. Man, I thought you should just be happy that the kids in church.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we talk about DC during crack. We talk about DC during crack. You know what I mean? Like, just get that motherfucker into church. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Right.
At least theoretically. But, you know,
it is real judgmental.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have faced some of that. I mean, I most definitely did.
I've been through that.
Being somewhat of an outsider and all that good shit. But I feel like that shit makes you stronger. You know, like I'm glad I grew up with like being different in a way.
Yeah, it gives you tougher skin, and then you just develop a I don't give a fuck attitude. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, okay, that's cool.
And then you get used to people always looking at you, so then you never get nervous to perform.
Right. I'm definitely a performer, and people, I got that type of swag though. When I step in a room, people always look at me, and it used to bother me when I was younger, but I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? It means I got presence.
Word. And I used to look at, like, you know, if you're different, ain't nothing wrong with people looking at you. Like, of course they're gonna look at you. And I used to be wearing like flashy ass clothes and shit, and then be like, you know, about to start a fight for a motherfucker looking at me. Well, of course he's looking at me. I'm wearing a motherfucking fur coat with a necklace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just walked in the door. Ain't no one else in this motherfucker wearing a fur coat.
Right.
But I'm getting mad at people looking at me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what's next for Nubian professionally and musically?
Well, musically, I'm still riding with the wave with the naked truth. You know, it hasn't reached enough listeners for me, you know.
Word.
So I'm still writing that out. I got 3 more videos for that. I got a reggaeton song I just recorded a couple of months ago, with my man El Puchu. Shout out to him. It's called Diferente.
Is that out?
Diferente, meaning different. Produced by Anthem on the track. I got a Christmas album that's going to drop the end of November. or maybe December 1st. But it's called Grinding Through the Snow.
Hi, that's what's up.
Thank you. I want you to go check out the No Santa Claus, Nubian No Santa Claus on YouTube as well. And Nubian featuring VDAP, Naughty or Nice, produced by Anthem on the track on YouTube as well. But yeah, I got a Christmas album coming. I'm just turning up. I just been doing a lot of interviews, you know, recording a lot. I just been, you know, pedal to the metal. I've been doing this music for a long time, but you know, no foot off the gas.
Yeah, the grind don't stop until, I mean, I guess, do you see yourself always making music? Or do you,
yes.
Are you trying? Yeah, see, if I was a music, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a failed musician. I mean, I went to jail for a long time. Who knows if I would have made it or not. But I would never stop. I remember that when I heard the game say that shit about rapping at 40 is I was like, watch, homeboy, you're gonna be rapping at 40. And here we are. Because like true musicians don't never stop that shit. Like Quincy Jones said, he didn't even know how to make music till he was 50.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that's inspiration, because I feel like in hip-hop is the only genre of music to where our people try to make you feel bad as you age. Like there's a cutoff point for you to do music. And that's not that, like, hip-hop does that, and we shouldn't be like that. At the end of the day, if you got it, it's always gonna be with you.
I think that might just be the newness of the genre, though. I think give it another 50 years and that won't be as much. Because, you know, now you see older artists putting out quality projects, you know. Like yeah. a lot of the shits would suck. That's why they didn't like older rappers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna call it anybody's name, but, you know, a cat that was 40, 45 putting out albums in the 90s, early 2000s, them shits would usually be fucking garbage.
Yeah, but that's why you got to be able to change with the times.
Right.
Either you got it or you ain't got it. If you got it, you can change with the times and still be you and still be relevant.
Or that's true. Or sometimes the problem was that they tried to change with the times and got too far away from what made them who they were.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's always like, as a musician, man, especially an independent musician, you always dancing between raindrops. You know what I mean?
Right.
But shit, the only thing I didn't hear your answer. Did you say that reggaeton song came out yet?
No, I put a snippet online. I'm gonna send it to you so you can have a sneak peek. But I didn't drop it yet. It's gonna drop soon.
That I would love to hear that. I love.
I'm singing in Spanish.
Okay, that's what's. Did you? How'd that come about? Did you have somebody like translate it? You speak Spanish?
No, I grew up around Spanish, and I took Spanish for a lot of years in school. So nobody helped me translate it. I sent it to my homeboy. He hopped on it. All his people who are native Spanish speakers thought that I was Latina. They didn't know I was African American.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, shit, I can't wait to hear that shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna send you that.
And I'm definitely gonna listen to it as soon as you do. well, shit, like I love this. I love your music. I would love to have you back on 3 or 4,
definitely
5 times a year. I love talking to you.
I appreciate that, for real.
Oh, no doubt. I'm sorry it took so long to make this happen, but it was definitely worth it. And
everything's in divine timing.
Word, I agree. But please keep me abreast of everything you're doing, and I'll make sure I can support you as much as I can. I appreciate you reaching out, and thank you so much for your time.
And I thank you, man.
If you need anything, feel free to hit me up anytime. Let me know, and let me hear it one more time. Newbie. Yeah, you do it way better than me. All right, take it light.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Peace. Thank you, G. I appreciate you.
No doubt. Anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Shout out to Anthem on the track, Max Dollas, Hugh Kelly, my mom, my sister, all my peoples, Goldie Gabino, Rob D, Ty Pesos, man, listen, my man, Freddie Mac, Han Solo. The list goes on. I love all my peoples, Andrea, all my peoples, man. I love y'all, man. Shout out to you too, man. I appreciate you, man, for having me on the show, man.
No doubt. I look forward to seeing you again. Salute.
Word. Salute.